Hey everybody, welcome back to another all-new X's for Show, your premier media response and unboxing show. That's right, second ever unboxing video. It's so nice to have company this time. I'm Nico, and you can catch me on all your socials at Nico Action. That's Nicoation. Let's get Lorcanic.
And I'm TK. You can find me trying to find adult Mainers who want to play this Disney trading card game at TK Elemental.
And that makes me Kevo. You can find me on the socials at Kevo Rayleigh. That's Kevoreally. And let's get lit. I feel like, so much about this Disney card game is already built for you, Nico, with like the lanterns lit and like all of the story magic lore. This is just so much of this is really built for us as a group. And I'm so thrilled. This is so fun. Hooray.
It's funny though, it is like 3 different angles. And it's like 2.5 different angles. Because you guys both have the very deep Disney like IRL lore understanding that this game is going to mix with like Disney character lore. Nico, you have that kind of understanding about the rarity and the background of some of this stuff. Kevo, I think you have some of that mixed with a really big understanding of like the graphic design element of this game and what they've
I was
really
going to say.
done. And I just like trading card games. I really do. I think they're super fun. I'm always like a weird little imp man about like what can possibly become a sellable league that isn't a major league like ball sport. So I'm always super into esports. I was just lamenting today. I was getting all these advertisements for Scholastic's new middle school esports leagues for Splatoon, Mario Kart, and Super Smash Bros. And I was like, why can't I have this for me?
Yeah.
Similarly, trading card games as professional sports, I think are really fun.
Every time you describe yourself as a little imp man, all I can think to call you is John Cougar Gargamellencamp.
It works on a
Okay.
lot of levels.
Okay. Anyway, little pink houses for you and me. What I want to say about this game in a big, big way is, God, Disney needed a fucking win. I'm not even gonna play.
This is not a video for kids. Saying that within the first 5 minutes.
No, the kids by now already got their Lorcana sets and are not interested in our unboxing video.
Yeah, screw it. That's
Well,
true.
So I call a bunch of stores in New Jersey, and the first store I call, an LCS I went to a lot as a kid, was like, I don't know what the hell that is. Like literally, the guy on the phone said to me, I don't know what the hell that is, and like I was like, okay, you have a good day, you lost a customer.
Sir.
So then, second store I call, the exact words out of the guy's mouth were, "Hello, thanks for calling blank store. If you're calling about Lorcana, yeah, us too." Literally, how the second guy picked up the phone. Okay. Third guy, everyone in Jersey wants it. Fourth guy, try Brooklyn. Fifth guy, have you looked in the DMV? For those who aren't East Coast familiar, the DMV is DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Isn't it Delaware, Maryland, Virginia?
I thought it was
Oh.
DC.
I always thought it was the same thing as Delmarva from Steven Universe.
Perhaps. Well, anyway, so I call this one store,
Far.
Amazing Heroes in Union, right by where we went to college. And I call them and I say, "Hey, look, by any chance, do you happen to have Lorcana starter packs?" And the guy goes, "Yes, we do." And I said, "Oh shit, really?" And he just goes, "Why would I lie to you? How would that help me sell you the deck?" And I was like, "Okay." So thanks to that, I was able to pick up a complete set of starters. I have an amber and an amethyst, an emerald and a ruby. Kevo, you have a sapphire and steel on hand, and TK, I believe you have the same deal, sapphire steel on hand.
Sapphire Steel, and then this has been all around a very weird start. And in this day and age, we no longer have any, like, I can think of a very nefarious plan wherein Ravensburger decided to say, we really support small businesses. We really wanted to get it to them first. And that was basically a lie. and they totally botched the shipping because it will kind of delay things until September 1st when they go to big box stores. Now, I am in no way saying this is a thing. I am saying, like, I can dream this up, because what did happen is that throughout, at the very least, the Northeast, I stopped paying attention to the rest of the country, but certainly north of the DC tri-state metro area,
The DMV.
certainly north of there, in, you know, the Jersey, New York area, it was a complete mess. New England, my bread and butter, it was a huge mess. And, you know, the other thing that had been said and speculated was that they were trying really hard for these to get there on Friday and not before, so that people were not selling them before. Because that is something that happens with hobby shops. Hobby shops and comic shops have really diehard customers. A lot of us have been at our LCSs since we were literally 5 years old. So that's over 30 years. And some of the employees have been there that long too. And they will certainly say, hey, it's Tuesday. I hear that you can't pick up comics on Wednesday. Here's your books Tuesday night. Don't say anything. And you don't say anything, and it's fine. We've all been there.
And we all need to start being real careful about who we say has done that, because they're really taking away people's licenses.
Yes,
So-
they absolutely are. And so I'm not
yeah.
saying that has happened to me any time in the past 30 years at any place that I go. But it has. I'm just not going to tell you where. And, you know, that is something that could easily have happened with Lorcana, but that then mudslides into, hey, I can get away with, you know, for $20 extra, giving you your stuff ahead of time. And so I think, you know, Ravensburger was really trying hard to get this stuff there so that it would not go out of the shops early. But with shipping being the way it is these days, another option is that that's what occurred, was that they were trying to get it there on Friday, and the shipping got screwed up. So a lot of people did not get theirs till Monday. A lot of people still haven't gotten theirs.
Oh, one store told me that they're expecting their reorder because they never got their initial order and have been told it will not be fulfilled. They're expecting it in October.
Yeah. So this was a messy launch.
But I believe I believe the question was, what else do we have to open?
So I picked up the Illumineers Trove, and I did pick this up. But what I was getting to was that I picked it up on tcgplayer.com for MSRP. And I want to give a shout out to all the sellers on tcgplayer.com. A lot of them are selling for MSRP. And with how wild the hype has been for this, that is pretty special. But my local shop did ultimately get theirs in on Monday. And so I picked up for my guys down in Jersey, who at the time we thought might not be able to make the acquisition they ultimately did. I did pick them up, the Lorcana gift set. And so, barring a box of boosters, we got what came out for lunch.
And the box of boosters is really, that's so funny, because the box of boosters is in everything else.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I did not pay MSRP for some of my stuff. And I don't mind that for like a minor reason, because I do kind of mind it. But, you know, Amazing Heroes had a product. And when I worked at a comic shop and it became clear to me that comics are ordered in the way they're ordered, you know, when you buy Gods #1 for $4.99, your $4.99 Gods, that's $2.50 that goes to the shop. When you buy the 1 in 100 variant for $75, that's $72.50 that goes to the shop. $72.50 that goes to the shop? That's crazy. And the markup on these is kind of the same. So I think what I want to say is I opened this with Disney needed a win, and not because, like, look, Fast X bombed. Mission Impossible came in above some expectations, but still bombed. You know, these movies, and we're using bombed kind of liberally, because like bombed used to mean, oh, lost money. But now bombed just means didn't make double your money back in a bitchy stock market. So, with that in mind, Disney's not doing worse than Paramount. Disney's not doing worse than, Universal. Everybody sucks right now. It's recession times. But the thing Disney has needed for a really long time is something that looks good on paper. DC really struck gold with Aquaman, and they got lucky with the people that cared about the Snyder Cut. Marvel really struck gold with Marvel Snap, like no one's business. And Disney's never really launched a successful game before. And like Kingdom Hearts, sure, but Kingdom Hearts is kind of Square Enix's bit, you know what I mean? Illusion Island has had some discussion, but it's mostly been us.
And Illusion Island is not a franchise. That is a lovely outing.
Yet.
I don't know what's happening next after that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the Illusion Island verse.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not seeing,
Illusions, Mikkel.
As soon as Kingdom Hearts came out, we were so far into Final Fantasy. I think we all knew what we were looking at was. We saw the next 20 years flash before our eyes.
We just never expected Sora and Riku and because when you think about Final Fantasy, you think about one-offs, but Kingdom Hearts has become so successful that there is a Heartless in the Disney 60th Lego mural set. So it's that kind of branched out. But anyway, Lorcana,
it's Disney's game to take this over from Magic. It's Disney's, they've got nothing to lose trying. It's really this first chapter, as they're calling it, is a pretty low stakes investment, all things considered. But if really people get to playing this and it becomes a league game, and it becomes something that people talk about, and the second chapter is really exciting, this very much could disrupt the TCG market and what Magic the Gathering, sort of the hold that Magic has over it.
And I feel like that's kind of what Doctor Who did in 2005. It was Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar kind of, but Doctor Who said, no, there's room for an international one of these to be, a success. And I grew up playing Magic the Gathering. There weren't a lot of things to do on Boy Scout camping trips. You can imagine the only three things there were to do. They were earn merit badges, they were masturbate, and they were play Magic the Gathering. And then Pokemon came out. And then Pokemon
Merit,
TCG.
magic, and masturbate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, wow. That's quite the ocracy.
Branding.
And then Pokemon TCG came out, and that was the bomb. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know there's been other things like Hearthstone, and there's been a million other TCGs. I'm certainly not trying to disregard an entire industry that I'm here to celebrate.
But the digital ones are really different.
Yeah, and the other side of it is name three major comic book companies. Go. I dare you not to say Marvel and DC first. Same thing here. Name 4 TCGs. Lorcana could be number 4. It could be number 3 because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is aging about as well as an old steak. So,
and then as you pointed out the last time we talked about it, Pokemon sells gangbusters, but plays Little Rascals.
yeah, as a guy who eternally had the alfalfa. So, anyway. I want to open some cards, dude.
Let's open some cards, man.
I got these Monday, and I have been like it's one of those things where in your head you get an expectation. You know what I mean? I'm gonna open these, and I'm not gonna get a good card, but what I'm gonna get are cards that matter to me. And that's what I'm hoping for. So I want to open.
Who's going first? How are we doing this?
Go for it.
Well, I also want to say that hopefully everybody has themselves a copy of the Lorcana app sitting pretty on their phones, right? And if you have the Lorcana app, when you log in, it has this beautiful screen, right? And you can actually scan your deck when you buy it using the code on the bottom. And you can load this up as like a thing you can play, right? So, oh my god, guys, I'm so excited. Oh, okay. The first unboxing video I ever did was my Marvel made Claremont, which turns out so few people bought they discontinued the product, right? It is the single purchase of my fandom career that I'm probably the proudest of. I love it the most of anything, and Kevo's job editing it is one of my favorite things ever.
Nice.
But something that like was really shitty was that like I had nobody to share it with, and so I keep trying to think of ways that we can review those stories. But like TK would need to be here and to have copies of it. I want to open this so carefully. T, do you have any advice?
No, just go for it.
Oh.
The starter decks are supposed to be the.
It
You
ripped.
got it. You got
It
this.
ripped.
Oh god, wait till you get the paper that wraps the decks.
All right.
All right.
Oh, you've opened something already?
Oh, no, I've seen unboxing videos of this.
Oh, I've stayed virgin. Because don't we love something fresh, anything new, virgin? You know, I got bramble problems. So okay, I have a deck. I have this super cool deck. Okay, and then from here, I also my Discord is like fucking lighting up. Okay,
Sorry,
have
that's
a-
just me giving you the legend for the rarity.
I have a booster pack. I have a quick start rules and a playmat. I actually want to buy one of the nice playmats because I'm 7 years old and I really
Yeah, me
like
too.
the right everything. All of the merchandise for this is like
Yeah.
Disney pin collectors levels
No,
of insanity.
I want a full setup. I want playmats. I want deck boxes. I want sleeves.
Oh god, that turns me on because I'm such a simp for this. Like I am like, I act like no, I don't act like I am sort of this big dumb bull kind of guy. But like the minute you hit my fandom button, I'm like I'm a big dumb bull for fandom. So like you actually have to do all the punching out yourself on this, which is a
Oh.
little plebeian, but fine.
But it's gonna get you tokens that you use regularly, so that when they give you the die cast ones or the glass ones or the gem ones, you
know
want
who?
them.
Can I just say, T? Can you remind me the name of the comic shop that I am obsessed with when I come up to see you? That I'm always like, can we please go there because they have the most beautiful merchandise.
Are you talking about Casablanca?
Yeah, their dice case
Yeah.
is so lovely. I'll
Yeah.
probably try to pick up something from them to celebrate how beautiful their beautiful merch is. I really like the incomplete.
Yep.
The incomplete playmat. That's actually really cute. It makes me buying the Maleficent one that I have my eyes on that I've already pre-ordered on Amazon a lot more worth it. You're right. This cheesecloth would not stop Armand Rizzo from getting pregnant by Rocco Steele. So I don't think this is very effective paper.
That is a deep cut, Nico.
That
Yeah,
video
especially because it
changed
sounded kind
my
of like it sounded like a Grease reference almost, but it
Yep.
wasn't.
I actually just had to explain to somebody that the original version of that choreography used saran wrap.
Probably Jonah, right?
No, Richard.
Ah, that's a surprise.
So I am like freaking out. I'm holding my set. I'm holding my starter deck, and like I'm kind of like, this is too cool. We did an amazing video on Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. If you guys slept on it, this is one of those Reese how I do situations, and you're gonna be real sorry in 5 years when it's what everything on the radio sounds like.
And I've got my Sapphire and Steel deck opened up. Now, we know exactly what's in these. These are predetermined.
This is the starter deck, and I just want to start with some of what I love about it is the vibrance of the cards. As a professional comic artist and writer, I'm really, really proud of the color, in part because I'm also a man of, I am the palest man of color, and it's just me and Benjamin Bratt in the winter. And so I'm really proud to see how hard they worked to make sure Moana has like actual melanin in her skin. But it's also the quality of the art really is everything they said to hold it in person. It really looks great. It looks really great, but there's also little things like Nico throwing the cards all over the world. there's little things like some of the cuts really are awesome. Like hey, right? If you could pop somebody else in so I can pick up all the cards I dropped, please.
Good to me. Yeah. So I mean, Nico, I know exactly where you're coming from. I'm stoked. I immediately found my foil for this deck, which is
Ooh.
Simba,
Yay.
handsome man that he is.
My foil, I don't want you to be jealous or anything.
Yeah.
My foil is goddamn wayward sorcerer Mickey.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice. It's my guy.
Yeah, one of the things that's so cool is like, so who here hasn't like, there's different kinds of systems of magic. I just want to say, like, I know there's Brandon Sanderson magic, which is like, you need an advanced degree in poli-sci and also engineering to be able to understand it. But there's like, I'm Mickey Mouse, I'm wearing a big hat, and I'm going, and it gives me magic powers. Okay. And that's a little bit what this deck and this game exemplify. I really want to point out that there's a lot of character here. There's the Dingle Hopper, right? And one of the things that's really great is that your top card is Ariel. So if you know Ariel, you might know Dingle Hopper. You get different versions of Mickey Mouse. And like anybody who knows how to play a TCG, you need doubles of cards. One is never enough, right? This provides a number of great doubles. But one of the things that I really love is, as somebody who's working with a limited number of characters as your base set, they went out of their way to give you multiple doubles of characters. I have 2 different Faciliers. Facilier is one of the greatest things about his movie. The only real complaint I have about Princess and the Frog is that it's not 10 movies so that we can have an actual soundtrack's worth of music. But, Randy Newman writes 3 songs a year.
And they're all the same song.
Okay, When She Loved Me is the other one.
I would
Oh my God,
love
is that
to
a
hear the
Randy Newman song?
Yeah.
Technically, and I would love to hear his cover of it though.
Think about it actually in his voice.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to think about that.
No, it sounds like John Hyatt. It's beautiful and
ASCAP,
ugly
come
at the
for
same
us.
time.
I'm okay.
I can't feel you.
Yeah, it's but like
turns out, by the way, I got 2 foils. My other one was Aurora.
Wow.
I actually think I had 2 foils too, but I didn't want to make you jealous.
It's probably part of the starter deck, and I
It's
just wasn't
okay.
Moana.
Good. You love Moana.
I do. I have an unreasonable obsession with Moana and Rapunzel. Those are like those 2, and then it's Philip, and it's Beast, and it's mostly princes. It's those 2 and princes.
So
Philip is a prince.
So I said it's those 2 and princes.
Oh.
And princes. So yeah, one of the rules for the game is you can have up to 4 of any kind of character. So like I have 3. My deck comes with 3 Aurora Regal Princess cards.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then separately 3 Aurora Briar Rose cards, which they have both different costs. So Briar Rose costs 4 ink, where Regal Princess costs 2. Regal Princess has 2 willpower, and Briar Rose has 5. So you are paying for that extra defense if she's in the mix. But then Aurora, the foil one, is Dreaming Guardian, and that is both a higher ink cost and a higher willpower. And a higher strength. So, a lot of the deck building for this game is going to be like, you're going to start seeing people with like, it's all Briar Rose, it's all Auroras, Maleficents, and just like stuff from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting to me about this. Like, when I was playing Magic the Gathering, I was the world's weirdest kid, and I was like, no, I'm going to play a blue and black deck all the time. And made me terrible.
Everybody, black and blue made sense to everybody. It was the Bruiser deck.
But, that was like a thing I loved. And then I made decks of all angels.
Yeah.
Not because I loved angels, but because I loved how far they pushed the word angel.
Yeah.
You could do a deck of all aliens. You could do a
Yeah.
deck of all princesses. You could do a deck of all items. You could do a deck of so many things. But like, what's so cool is each one of these pre-built starter decks has so many unique things to them. Like, there's the aerial card, like I've shown a few times, and then like I've also mentioned, there's the hold on, I'm bringing it up. Nobody go anywhere.
Where we gonna go?
There's part of your world, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, one of the song cards.
Then there's Dinglehopper, right? There's so many things that support that franchise in each deck that if you pick up a Lorcana deck, you're going to get the things you're looking for, right? In an exciting way. And I think that's one of the things that I'm most excited about this game, that I've already picked up just a starter deck. And with just my starter deck, I already feel like I have a world of options to play my game. I already feel like I have choices. I can customize. I can have a really good time. I can't wait to open my boosters.
I'm stoked. I got this very cunty looking Maleficent. She's kind of.
She matches her background. Yay!
Yeah. But she's in a sleeveless number. I
Oh
don't know,
yeah, I
she's
got to
just-
get the sleeves.
She's just looking really hot. Yeah. Also, we will need sleeves for this, but I'm very excited because I suspect there has been some thought given to how one would do. So you are limited to 2 colors for a deck. Yeah. Well, we're gonna do it in just a second. You are limited to 2 colors for a deck, but I'm curious to see what happens when people are like, I am doing an all princess deck. Like I'm doing, a blue and red all princess deck.
Now, here's my question. Where is the color denoted?
It is in the band where it says the character's name, or whatever the song name, and then just under that band, Lord mercy.
So like Ariel is orange,
So
That's
see-
the
ink
so
types.
pull Ariel back up.
and then Jafar is purple.
Right. So pull either of those cards back up. So right under their name, you can also see a little icon. And that also helps to denote yep, Kevo, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right under each character's name, you can see that little icon that tells you. But they're also pretty clearly like all the purple ones are very clearly purple and no other color. And there's no neutral color. So I thought it was very bold of them to go with steel as one of their 6 colors, because
It's the thing on this that's labeled type. Sorry.
No, you nailed it.
And as I'm looking at this, one of the things that I appreciate the most is the quick start rules.
Yeah.
Actually are pretty quick.
Yeah.
Compared to everything else. One of the things that I appreciate is that the parts of the card breakdown is very clear.
Yeah.
When you have it in person. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the game, don't worry when you pick it up. It's all very easy to read. It's all very straightforward. They label it out really well. It's kind of designed so that even if you're like 9, you can have fun. Of course, if you're 9 years old and listening to this show, we got to talk about your parents.
It's because the dad. Never mind. This is one of those games, and this is such a Disney Imagineer type thing. I think this will be successful because they streamlined the rules to really make it something that you say, oh, okay, I get what's supposed to happen in a turn. I get what I need to do. They are not. I love Snap. It's really fun. You can really play Snap like a complicated game, but Snap is very, very simple. Very, very simple. The rules are.
You know what? You know what I think about that? Shut up. Shut up.
Oh,
is
no,
what I think about that.
That doesn't make it easy. I'm terrible at it, but the gameplay is.
I watched contributor Jonah play it, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, this is why I'm attracted to you.
The gameplay still takes a lot. So this kind of illustrates the same thing. Like this has a bit more complicated gameplay than Snap in terms of like there are more steps and more places where you can do stuff. But compared to a game like Magic, which has just become Byzantine, this is pretty simplified. But
They're passing laws about Magic the Gathering.
right.
Magic the Gathering cards sell for so much money, they are passing unique laws to make it harder to sell them.
Which doesn't so much have to do with the gameplay, but it all kind of comes together insofar as the Magic landscape has gotten really complicated. Lorcana, I think the whole point is it should be like chess. It shouldn't be there's 4 rules and then now just get to playing. But it should not be that a 9-year-old can't understand it. What it should be is that a 9-year-old is going to have a different take on those rules than a 37-year-old. And the
You could have
games are
picked
just...
any other age.
I was looking right at you. Okay. Let's open our first of a few boosters.
Well, now you got to wait because now I'm
What'd you do?
I'm sorting them. I made this comment about like if you like an individual film, you
Yeah.
can get a decent amount from each film, and so I just want to be able to stand by my statement, especially because like when we talk about the age of comics we're in, we talk about every character gets a cool variant. Guys, this Jafar is insane. Kevo, could you zoom in on me?
Yeah.
Like, this is a Jafar card.
Wow. It's very Sailor Moon.
Yeah, like the attention to detail, the effort in creating a magical experience. And, TK, you pointed out that one of the things that makes this game really intelligent is you can only have so many versions of a specific card before it's like too many. You got to stop. Well, there's a Flotsam card and there's a Jetsam card. So if you're running a Little Mermaid deck, you have room for Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah, and probably multiple aerials. 4 of one type of aerial, 4 of another type.
Now, do you happen to know, and if you don't, by all means, just tell me that I'm making you look bad on air and beat me up.
What?
But do you know if you're allowed to have 4 of aerial or if you're allowed to have 4
the
of...
type of aerial? That's why I was saying with with those Briar Rose cards. That's why with the Aurora cards, my deck has 3 Regal Princess Auroras and 3 Briar Rose Auroras, and on top of that, the foil Aurora. So
Wow.
I could have had another one of each of those, and then 3 more of the foil one. So while you sort, I'm gonna open up my first.
Well, I'm ready. While you open, I'm just gonna kind of go through this real quick.
Mine first, and I'm stoked. The Illumineers Trove is mostly booster packs with a few other items, but it's mostly booster packs, and I'm excited because I will probably have enough out of all of that to really supplement my starter Sapphire Steel deck. But this is, now I'm gonna have to start thinking about what I'm gonna do for my my other colors, because I've got this really gorgeous Goofy. Gosh, my
I know I have the same problem.
The foil ones are tough.
I got a Donald Duck and it's strutting his stuff. Hold on. Oh man.
Yay!
I'm gonna turn off one of my lights.
For those who don't understand, I identify as a Pooh Bear more than I identify as literally anything in this world. I never want to wear pants. I always want to be eating, and I just want to live in the woods with my friends. So finding the Magic Disney character and everybody is special, and TK getting a really cool Donald is really special to me. Because, there's very few people who, to quote Richard and something Sherman, Robert, geez. Quack, 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 Donald Duck. He's my kind of guy. When someone knocks you down, you get back up again. Quack, quack, quack. Oh, that's so great, Kevo. Great job.
Oh, there he is.
Down a duck.
I got some super rares in this one. No legendaries and no rares, actually. I got commons, uncommons, and super rares. My 3 super rares were the second sexiest Disney character of all time.
Hercules?
Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And then I got one of Nico's favorites.
Is that Mother Gothel?
Mother Gothel, yeah.
And then my foil is...
Genie!
Genie, yeah.
Nice.
Now, can you tell me How I would know a super rare from a rare from an uncommon from a.
So if you check in the Discord, or Kevo, you pop it up because you have the image, I think, in there.
Oh, the thing with the Final Fantasy VII borders. Got it.
Let me see.
There is an icon at the bottom of every card.
Oh, this one. Got it. Yeah, I do have that open.
Sorry. Yeah. Nico, look at the screen.
This dude.
Oh, I'm
Look
looking
up
at the image now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah.
That's at the bottom of each card. And legendaries are not crazy likely, and enchanteds, I'm gonna be really stoked if we finish this unboxing video with one of us having an enchanted.
Well, I got 3 uncommons.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 3 super rares
Yep.
is what I got. I got so anyone who knows me, the best Disney villain song of all time is Shiny, and so it's only fitting that I got a Tamatoa.
Yes.
I got Tika, which, man, I'm having a Moana minute. This is amazing.
Nice.
And then I got this beautiful foil Meg.
Oh, nice.
Right.
And it's
And
is,
then-
that, is that a amethyst? What color is it?
Green.
Meg is
Oh,
green.
that's
Yeah.
emerald then.
Nice.
And then I have the Beast is Mine. I got Gramatala. I got the wardrobe. I got this really cool Tinkerbell that they've been pushing really hard everywhere.
Yeah, she's big in there.
Yeah, your mom's gonna love that.
I
got
got a Beast's Mirror, and I got Mother Knows Best, which I'm pretty stoked about.
Nice.
Guys, as soon as we finish this broadcast, I'm driving to Walmart and I'm grabbing myself a fucking card binder because I'm
Yeah.
immediately making my card binder. I'm already so excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open this whole. I'm gonna open everything. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
that's what we're doing. It's an unboxing day.
Kevo,
So,
do you want one to open? Or are you good, Kevo?
I'm good for whatever. I'm just gonna keep pushing
If
buttons.
you,
if we wanna-
Kevo, you have one of the decks there, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted
Bust
to
it
open a double
bust it
there.
open and open a booster pack, because I feel like
Sure.
who knows, the Kevo Juju that that's
All right, but then I'm doing it, guys. Then I'm going right through, and I just yanked open my Emerald Ruby.
nice, very nice.
If that's what we're doing,
Yeah,
then that's
I'm gonna
how
wait
good I
a
feel.
second to do my Illumineers trope because I want to see what you guys get out of your second booster pack.
No, guys, immediately, as soon as you open this starter deck, the magic touches you right away. Aladdin looks so cool right
Yeah.
off the bat. And then my 2 foils, which matches the box, are Cruella and Aladdin. The Aladdin that is my background.
Hey.
Oh, is that how it goes, or do your foils just match the box in this one?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so dumb.
No, you're not dumb. But for the starters, your foils match the box.
That makes total sense.
This is literally TK as a human.
It's true. The martial arts skills didn't stick, and so now I just fight like an old-timey boxer.
I just want to say that if LeFou was on New York Straight Men, I would subscribe.
I've got another Moana for you in my deck. It's the grandma.
You will not be able to, because that's from a different set of colors than Nico's got. Yeah, look at that.
Well, she's in
gorgeous
our
stick.
family.
Yeah. But again, that's going to be a really interesting thing to see.
It's actually series contributor Jonah Rubino.
We are constantly
A
worried that
knife.
he's going to get a hold of a sword.
No.
A knife!
One of the great things is, like, again, if you are somebody who likes things from certain films,
Yeah.
here is Horace
hmm
from 101 Dalmatians. And then
Yeah.
2 cards later, here's Jasper.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So that gay couple is together.
I love
And,
swords. Get
it's
out of
worth
here, Jonah.
It's worth noting that at the bottom of every card, we do get a credit for who did the art. The art for
Nice.
these really just is fantastic. And I think it is... Disney is absolutely capitalizing on the fact that there is money to be made from the card playing, gameplay, card space. Don't mix them up too much, Bubba.
I'm gonna put them in a binder and sort them out anyway.
But Disney is also really capitalizing on the fact that over the years, we've fallen in love with the art of Magic the Gathering. We've fallen in love with the scenes that are depicted and and with the flavor text and the story as well. You were talking about making an angel deck back in the day. And this was before we had any of the lore that we have now, but I was really obsessed with what the story of Urza and Mishra was.
I bought the first 4 novels.
Right. But those came like 10 years late, more than 10 years later even. So for years it was just kind of guessing, and there were no wikis back. This is in like 1994. And so my first real like deck effort was like fully Urza and Mishra related stuff. But Disney just has this massive backlog of art that they're able to fold into this world, and it's very, very exciting. Kevo, I see that booster pack coming to life. What do we got?
Oh, my foil card is the horse from 101 Dalmatians.
Yes!
Yay.
My
Thanks,
foil card
Disney.
is this cool Aladdin.
Yeah, see?
But I also want to point out, I know that it's not as rare as a super rare, I guess, but I only got 1 rare, and it's this super cool Jafar.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You get more super rares, and yet...
Maybe rares are more common in starter decks?
Yeah.
I got this one for May. Control your
Okay.
temper.
Oh, well. Yeah, but when you get angry, it's real cute. So,
Oh, well, thanks.
as long as it's not at me. So,
Yeah, we all do
Um,
things.
I'm going to get garbage out of my way, and then we're going to keep trucking with this. Man, I can't wait to go get a binder.
Yeah.
Where is the rarity logo on this stuff?
It's at the bottom of the card, right in the center.
The card tag?
So see, in this one, because this is a uniquely rare card, it says D23 Expo.
Okay, but it's the unique card tag is the one. Okay. Okay, and that's why it looks weird on this.
It's this little thing right above my finger.
Okay. So let me see.
All right. Teak, while you open your Illumineers trove, I'm going to try and safely and gently open my unbelievable gift set.
So yeah, we got the Illumineers trove here, which is essentially just a box of booster packs with some other really cool accessories in the mix. And like I said, when it appeared that the shipping situation was pretty dire throughout New England, mixed with the fact that people don't really realize how big New England is. I was not going to be getting to any of the other places that would have any Lorcana stuff. So I did go online and went to TCG Player and found somebody who was selling an Illumineers Trove MSRP. And so, it is this really gorgeous square box. And with it, you get a sort of larger player's guide than the standard starter deck. It comes with 2 deck boxes.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, but did you get the oversized cards?
No, the gift set has the oversized cards, and that's why I was saying when I was trying to decide what was I was going to send to you, I knew you guys would make better use of the oversized cards.
These are amazing, dude.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Oh my gosh, it's this giant foil Hades and giant foil Hades and this giant foil Mulan. You might notice that I had trouble recognizing it was Hades because it looks like Dana Carvey.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wow, these are great. I have in my possession, thanks to this, 2 matching foil cards that match the oversized cards.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they match like exactly.
Yeah. And that way, you can actually play your foil cards, and you have 2, art versions of them to, to hang, to decorate with, and I think that's pretty neat. And then yeah, you got 4 booster packs.
How many boosters you got, sexy man? I think it's 8.
Yeah.
You got to start ripping them open, boy.
I know. I'm just trying to. I want to make sure I assemble my deck boxes properly first. But yeah, so I got a Mickey and an Aurora deck box. Pretty stoked about those.
I also just want to note that the number edition of the card is in the lower left-hand corner.
Yes, that's another important piece. I also got more.
Yeah.
Tokens,
Okay,
which-
but the gift set comes with like exclusive, unique tokens.
yeah.
Crazy.
It's insane. It's insane, guys. They did such a great job with this set. Really, I'm always
did.
ready to be like Disney didn't try hard enough, but
And the only thing I will say is I feel as though it was a little confusing trying to wrap my head around what was available and what made sense to buy. There was no like, if you are thinking you want to play this game, get a blank. The starter decks obviously make a lot of sense, but I knew I wanted more than just a starter deck. But then when I was looking at the Illumineers Trove, 8 boosters is probably ultimately not going to be enough for a standard deck in most.
for a competitive player in the first year, not
Right.
remotely.
Exactly. Your option really is either a box of booster packs, or it's to get a starter deck, because a starter deck guarantees you will have everything you need to play. And then something like 8 booster packs is enough to start confidently swapping out things from a starter deck and putting your own spin on it.
Listen, big man, you got 1 minute to start opening boosters.
All right. I'm going. So, yeah,
I just want to say, like, something that's really hard to explain to people is like, if you have a weird hobby, I don't mean weird fetish shit. Like, I don't mean like you love to fuck donuts. I mean, like, if you love Disney or comics or obsessively love donuts,
They're delicious.
I will travel pretty far for a good food truck or a good donut. But when you have a unique fantasy item that you love, it could be really daunting. And inviting TK into my life and part of my family and, building this big polycule, I was kind of scared about some Disney rejection. And instead, TK has like found things to love about Disney, even when Disney can occasionally be a little difficult to love. So seeing something like Lorcana come to mean something to our family, holding these amazing cards, like I'm literally holding like
stacks on stacks on stacks.
this is stacks on stacks on stacks. Nicki Minaj would in fact shower her breasts with these in a music video. That is how many cards I
Ooh.
have.
I really like Legend 123's point here of I really hope they can add Marvel down the line at some point. I would love to see expansions of Marvel, Star Wars. They've got so many great properties.
So
with
Legend
all,
123, this is the big question. Is this game ready for that, and is it suitable, or should this only be from Disney's stable of magical Disney lore? It's kind of in the name.
Yeah.
But we started a conversation about this on air a few weeks ago when we were like, I think maybe it doesn't really work. And as we're doing that, Nico cuts in with the news that Magic the Gathering is doing Final Fantasy and Fallout cards, which is a game changer. They've done a few other
I'm gonna
very
fucking mortgage this house to buy those fucking Final Fantasy cards.
They've done a couple very specific, some of them like not even playable, but like different versions from other properties that have been like collaborations Magic has, and that's been very cool. But there was no thought ever that Magic could absorb other properties. Just not because like we thought that couldn't possibly make sense. It's just that the game had been around for 30 years and it hadn't happened. So why is it going to happen now? And With Lorcana, when we started that broadcast, my thinking was, I think probably they won't. And then as soon as that announcement got made, I now think they probably will, and I'm actually very excited for it. I Yes, we're all gonna get those Final Fantasy cards.
I literally, anyone who knows, the most embarrassing thing about me in public is at comic conventions. If I see a cosplayer playing Yuna, I immediately.
Oh, you really do. You do the thing.
He
And
runs up to
sometimes
her
they
and
get it.
specifically asks, "What can he do for her?"
I really, what can I do for you? Yeah, man, those Final Fantasy cards are gonna be oh god, that was the best. That was the best minute of my life. That was like getting married.
So my foil for this one is a common card, but it's our girl,
Bringing you up.
Ms. Minnie.
Minnie,
Cute.
who is having the most amazing Mary Jane Watson-esque renaissance.
It's her era. You know, her and Clarabelle Cow are breaking in. You can always rely on the girls and the gays to stand a queen.
The three of them forming an And Just Like That trio.
Yes. My
Clarabelle Cluck actually appears in the second season finale for 1 minute via phone call.
And only to say,
My rares for this one are Simba and Hades.
Nice.
No super rares. Other than that, just, you know, a bunch of cool. I got a lovely Yzma that I think looks great. Some Tangled. I got a Stitch. I got an Aladdin.
Can I just be honest? The next ridiculous thing we are covering on this show is probably Sex and the City.
Yeah, I think so.
The third season, third season
is 2 almost over?
Yes,
we know?
Yes.
1 episode left.
Yeah, 2 is
All right,
almost
when it's over, I'll binge
Sarah
it. and talk
Ramirez
about
has
it.
finally broken their silence about the garbage that is Che Diaz as a character. And I think it's very special because it's one of those things that really reminds us that actors don't write their characters. And they are pointing out that it's a white man who is writing these horrible jokes for Che Diaz and these horrible storylines. They just showed up and went to work and read the lines as asked to do.
And
As one does.
I just want to say that, like, as a young writer growing up in love with New York City, Carrie Bradshaw taught me what it was to be cool, and then taught me what it was to be clearly out of touch, then taught me what it was to be a problematic white, and then taught me what it was to be a problematic white gay. And now I'm just really excited to see what a shit show it is. But anyone who knows me knows that I think that she belonged with Aiden. So You Broke My Heart was for many years my favorite television moment of all time. Anyway, back to Lorcana.
Yeah, you got your.
I'm really excited to actually open an Elsa box, an Elsa booster. One of the things I just want to say, it's so silly. I don't love Frozen, but it's certainly not for the cast's fault. It is not the music's fault, and it's not the story's fault. Some stuff just doesn't come together the right way. The right color car in a really cool style can still not be your favorite drive. And, like, that's Frozen for me. So I'm opening this Elsa for every queer and trans kid who ever told me that Frozen made them feel alive. Right? Thank you so much. Right? Idina Menzel, you don't get enough credit. And again, the love of my life is Kristen Bell.
Adele Dazeem, you go, girl.
I'm looking at my my little symbols, and I don't think I got anything too rare in this box. But what I do have is a really cool foil variant for Dragonfire.
Oh,
Nice.
Loving it. And again, though, like, what I really like is that I have so many cool different characters. You know, one of the things that I remember, I dated this guy early on in college. He was such a sweet guy, and he introduced me to Project Runway and really helped me be a lot more comfortable with my queerness. But something I really remember about him early on that made me really happy was that he just sort of was like, yeah, no, the genie's cool because he has a good time. That's it. Just he didn't care about Disney, but he sure liked Genie for being a fun guy. And, like, that's what this celebrates. And that meme that's going around right now, that Robin Williams knew that he could have wound up homeless because of his drug and alcohol addiction if he hadn't had comedy. So he made sure that every film production he was a part of employed at least 10 homeless people every day. and that meme is going around. And Zelda Williams is the first person to be like, "You are misquoting my father. Please stop that." She hasn't put a stop to this one, so I have to think it's true. And just like I talk a lot about wanting to live a legacy of love. And that's actually why the character of Yuna means everything to me, because Yuna literally just wants to live a legacy of love. That's like literally her whole thing. She just wants people to be able to live and love. And that's what, at its best, the Disney Corporation is. And that's what, at its best, someone like a Leslie Knope is. Recognizing that whether it's the meta of the government or the reality of a show like Parks and Rec or Amy Poehler as a writer is not the embodiment of love the way that the character of Leslie Knope is meant to represent. I recognize that Disney Lorcana is a capitalist endeavor to make a lot of money for a lot of people. But what Robin Williams means to people in recovery, and what Robin Williams means to kids who have no friends, who need a genie, and I have this really clear memory. It's so stupid. But do you know why I picked Aladdin as my background today when Kevo said any image you want? My parents bought me an Aladdin action figure, and I remember saying to my parents when they bought it for me, when Santa gave it to me for Christmas, I forgot if it was birthday or Christmas. When Santa gave it to me for Christmas, I said to my parents, "Doesn't Aladdin look really muscular on this action figure?" And my parents were like, "Well, some people are that muscular." And I was like, "So you can look like whatever you want? I know I'm a chubby little kid, but you can look like whatever you want?" And my parents were like, "Yeah, just do the work." And that's actually when I decided to learn to make music, actually. And like why this is my arrangement of Phantasmic. Oh, it's so cute that you guys in sync clapped. My boyfriends are so great. Well, husband and boyfriend, But so I just want to say, like, what this game celebrates is the adventure in all of us. It's actually why, if I'm bummed about anything, we don't have series contributor Jake on today, who, Jake loves love. Doesn't necessarily love corporate identity. So I don't know that the Disney Lorcana of it would attract them, but the Myth King, the purveyor of storytelling in a way that is, it's so funny because like with this show, something we do a lot is we try to bring on new voices, and we haven't had the opportunity to bring on new voices in a long time. But the voices we bring on are unique in that they evolve. We have a policy on this show: be brave and evolve daily. And that's something that I think Jake, Jonah, Kevo, myself, TK, and then our associate contributors like the incredible Tori Sheehan, when Tim Burnham and his brilliant Daredevil brain come into focus, who, Tim Burnham at this point is basically so close to actually being Daredevil, we might as well just call him Mike Murdock. It is so great to have this opportunity to explore fiction, even when it's through a playing card, because I'm a person who believes that if Marvel released an in-canon crossover event through playing cards, I'd buy it and play it 100,000 fucking times. If Marvel told me there was an event where it was Card Wars, and it is literally a canon event, and you just play the deck they tell you on the pages of this hardcover, like any manual, guys, that would change my life. I would, there's a musical RPG going around that I'm really impressed by. Of course, it's by someone who did Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed's music gets a lot of attention. I'm not saying it gets too much attention, but I'm saying the music from Assassin's Creed gets a lot of attention. And just a lot. So it's great that there's a musical RPG out there. But of course it's by the Assassin's Creed team. Anyway, so what I want to get at is I'm excited to open my next booster pack. Teak, I'm excited to see your next 10 booster packs. Kevo, I can't wait to interpolate your decks into this pile and make it grow, because what's so cool is that I thought this episode would run like 40 minutes and then we'd be done. Oh, we went through all the cards. Lorcana actually is stirring feelings inside me, and not as a Disney fan, because it is stirring feelings inside me as a Disney fan. No, I'm like I'm learning what a TCG is in like 5th grade.
It's hitting your TCG
Button.
Which is good, because that honestly was the part that I would have been more concerned about. The Disney lore is there. It would it's right there. It's just so easy to map. So it was really more of worrying about how the TCG of it was going to come out and if it would hit the mark as a card game for you aficionados. So I'm glad to hear that it is hitting that for you.
And there's things that just get better with age. Like when I was a kid, I mean, first of all, if you want to seduce me, just buy me a bag of Jelly Bellies. But if you want to really seduce me, it's got to be pears and buttered popcorn. As a kid, buttered popcorn, grossest flavor in the world. As an adult, force feed it to me, right? I don't think I appreciated what made a TCG cool when I was a kid, the way I didn't appreciate what made the subtlety of the nuance of the idea of buttered popcorn come through in a Jelly Belly. There's just things that you evolve into understanding. And this is one of them for me. So I'm just so excited to be sharing this with my guys and seeing the amazing group in the comments section. It's amazing.
And I'll say on kind of a similar note, like I am specifically somebody who's very cynical about everything, but like especially Disney adults. My family is in Orlando. I spent a lot of my coming into my adulthood around Disney adults and really not liking that. And, Nico, when you and I first met, you were going to Disney World and you were very enthusiastic about that. But
I was literally there the day we had our first, I'm falling in love with you conversation.
Yeah, I think that's correct. And you were like, we love it a lot. We go a lot. But at no point, did I feel like I was talking to a Disney adult and start getting worried. And as I started to understand how much you liked Disney, I also understood that you had worked there, that part of what you liked was something that you knew that I would appreciate about anything, which is not like everything that creeps people out about Disney adults. Don't get me wrong. You guys do a lot of it, but you're not weird about the fact that you do it. And it's not a problem. It
is an attachment to, it's keeping a foot in reality. We are very aware that it is a very real company. We are very aware that the magic is what you put into it and that it is not literally some miracle of magic. And many Disney adults have this very head in the clouds, unreal behavior and attitude. And I think having worked there really helped us in a lot of ways. I love that you brought that up.
I was going to point to, like, the working there is a big part of, what we bonded over was appreciation for what it takes to build some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I see you over there with your
we see the Keyblade.
It's the Oblivion, for the record, in case anyone didn't know I had a favorite Keyblade.
But those same factors that we all kind of agree make for a successful idea, that's in Lorcana. That thing that you love about Disney that at first I was like, I don't know about this. But like, we all agree that, like, if you can say to people, I want you to experience the magic of, I'm trying to think of the magic of the Haunted Mansion. And here's how we're going to do it. That's impressive in and of itself. And how would you do that for yourself in your own projects? That's what we bonded over. But open a booster pack.
I just wanted to say, that you discussed iterative legend with me in terms of the way the Haunted Mansion is iterative. Anyone who's ever studied the sort of cultural acceptance of the idea of the vampire, or let's get a little bit deeper, like the identity of the death creature in Mytharc, the creature that takes you over to death. We understand that iterative myth is a humongous part of what makes us able to connect to one another. And that, we could say Haunted Mansion explores iterative myth on this show is what makes this show so special. I am looking, of course, at the symbols. Again, I can't stop but say this is literally the Final Fantasy VII borders on this semi-official image. I tragically have no unbelievably rare pieces, but I did get one of the cards I wanted. If you asked me if there was a card that was contributor JoJo, it is this. This Stitch has had my eye since our first episode. I literally
Victory Stitch.
I said on air that this was a stitch I wanted in our first Lorcana episode, so it's just really nice that I got
And
it.
that's
I'm
a
trying not to
super
cry
rare,
on
right?
air. Yeah, it is in fact a super rare.
Yeah, so that's
I'm
not
trying
bad.
not to cry on air.
My super rare is this asshole.
Ah, Hans.
That's Hans, yeah. And that's fine.
Hans, the only Disney villain who doesn't get his real villain song. It's not fair.
And Hans has a great
Oh my God, those eyes.
yeah, Hans has a great action too. Whenever he goes questing, you deal damage to a chosen character. That's very helpful in game. He's also steel, so he'll be great for my deck. My foil is just an uncommon, but it's gorgeous.
Oh, Christina.
Reflejo,
Did
baby.
everybody check out that unbelievable Christina Aguilera pandemic era revisit of Reflection?
Yes, and
Oh.
it was gorgeous.
What was the card you were just flashing, Nico?
It is a foil of a Facilier I have.
Nice.
Nice.
Right. I remember being on the phone with somebody when Anika Noni Rose was announced as the vocalist for Tiana at like an event. And I remember us just saying, like, people are not going to appreciate it now. They're going to say it should have gone to Beyonce. They're going to say it should have gone to Janet Jackson. They're going to say it should have gone to Alicia Keys. What they're missing is we're not looking for a pop star. Disney is about creating a voice that people are going to want to imitate for the next 50 years. And Kebo, could you please remind me the name of the actress who plays Courtney on High School Musical, if you happen to remember?
Oh, Dara something. Hold
If
on.
they were to put
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog on Broadway, by casting Anika Noni Rose, they
Dara
created...
Renee.
Thank you, Dara Renee. They created a performance that is inimitable, but that invites imitation. You know, when I think about the greatest male vocalists of all time, it's Jeff Buckley. Like, by far, no one comes close. But would I want Jeff Buckley to sing in Beauty and the Beast like Robbie Benson does? No. So it's really about the way Disney creates and carefully constructs these identities. Is Matthew Broderick as Simba necessarily chosen because the identity created by the idea of Ferris Bueller being incapable of growing up? Is that why they chose him for Simba? No. But what they chose was a man whose voice is so unique that he is going to be the voice of musical comedy for the next 50 years. Because at the end of the day, fat is one of the most unbelievable funny things that has ever happened on a Broadway stage. It's from the producers. It is
I believe you.
It is Bloom having a breakdown that Bialystok is not sexy. He's not charming. He's just fat. He's just fat. And what's funny is Matthew Broderick is not in great shape when he gives that like unbelievable breakdown. I just mean to say that Matthew Broderick, as a voice actor, literally created a type of comedy that is going to be celebrated the same way Stephen Sondheim's comedy is celebrated for the next 50 years. And that's what Disney chooses when they choose these people. Teak, you got to hit me with some cool Lorcana cards right now, or I'll just go crazy because
He'll just keep talking.
Oh,
I'll just keep rambling.
I got a good legendary. One of the hottest men in all of Disney lore.
Actually, my number, I said earlier when he said second hottest character in all of, I said
Nice.
Hercules. Gantu is quite literally the hottest character in Disney history. No one comes close.
Hottest
Yeah.
giant, no contest.
Big thick shark dude. Yeah, so that's a
Original
legendary.
show contributor Kyle is built like Gantu.
Yeah, I see it for sure.
Like
Yeah, okay.
big, thick shark man.
Yeah.
So good.
So that's
This is
that's
the
a
thing of-
legendary. That's pretty exciting. There are not a ton of those. My foil is a common but very cute. Work
Oh,
together.
nice.
Yeah. Which is a
Emperor's New Groove.
which is a sapphire, which I'm pretty stoked about. And then everything else, bunch of common cards. I think there was one more rare one in there. Yeah, I got a rare Hades, which is great, and just this, another gorgeous mini.
I
I
love that mini.
love how many of the core Disney family there are,
Yeah.
how many different variants, and I love how many of them are from like the same style, and like there's a whole bunch from the Three Musketeers movie.
Yes.
That's super
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, there are clearly a bunch that are from specific things like Three Musketeers. There's others like that are just character in situation.
Like Brave Little Toaster Mickey. I mean,
Right.
Brave Little Taylor. Jesus. I like food so much, it's hard not to talk about food. Clothes, I'm iffy on, but that's a lie. I love clothing so much. Anyway, I'm opening a booster.
Yeah.
This is the most fun I've had opening things that didn't involve eating in a really long time.
Or penises.
Oh god, I love penis. Okay. My only real frustration about opening boosters and the nature of blind boxing is, you maybe do get a little hopeful that you get
Yeah.
something rare, right?
Yeah.
But what I got is the maybe third card I was most looking forward to from our episode. I got this incredible Mickey that I remember saying on air looks kind of like Rogue from the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's getting me. I didn't get a bunch of cards I wanted. Instead, I got cards I love.
Yeah.
What a cool feeling. The art is so exquisite. And I am drawn to men that are explosively angry. It's really hot when guys bang things. Beast really works for me.
I have that
there
one.
is a card that reflects the extremeness of Beast's personality. That's what I'm drawn to about this game. That it has number one, things like drip, drip, drop, little April showers. Magical
That's from Tangled.
Oh, yeah, it's got the Flynn Rider credit. I just wanted it to be a Magic Disney flower, but that's even what it is. It's got a ton of Magic Disney flowers. It's got a ton of different Let It Go spells. I now have a hollow Horus to match my Horuses. This game is already giving me something that I really want, which is a collectability of Disney. I hope this works. Hold on. Little peer behind the curtain. I have a pretty big Tori Amos mural right in front of my music instruments. And I don't ever buy Tori Amos CDs if I can avoid it anymore. I buy Tori Amos records because a Tori Amos record is a piece of wall art. Anybody who needs proof of how successful records as wall art are, guys, that Tori Amos Scarlet's Walk limited edition Amazon vinyl sold out same day. Amazon literally didn't expect it, and if you email them, have a reaction. So
now who's so sad?
I guess someone does really always have to lose. Anyway,
another thing I want to point out, we didn't talk about this earlier, but a lot of the cards you'll see, like Mini here, have the designation Dreamborn, and then others, like this silly, handsome little boy, have Storyborn. That designation just means Storyborn cards are ones that come out of like an actual Disney work. So, Flounder obviously is from Little
Hans
Mermaid.
Christian Andersen's famously cat classic.
You got the Sergeant Tibbs here from the Aristocats. That's a Storyborn. But then, like, that mini that I showed you where she's just in princess mode, or this Elsa, which is another Dreamborn. These are, as they describe it, versions created by the imaginations of the Illumineers. So they are really special art designed from somebody's imagination of the card, and not, a panel from
a
the
film
movie itself. So I just thought that was really interesting. And then like my rare Hades is Floodborne. That's one of his titles, which I think is at that point just kind of flavor text to the idea of the various Borns that come out.
And then it's things like this. I'm looking at this break card and I can't figure out what it is. It just looks kind of ugly and weird to me. And then I read the flavor text. No one throws a tantrum like a beast. And then I realize it's the slashed chair from the West Wing.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what this game is giving me, right? Guys, I can't believe I opened
A lot.
this many cards.
It's a fat stack.
No. Save that for dinner.
I love food. So,
I know.
what I want to try and I guess get across about this game is it wasn't just that we were trying to unbox. We were unboxing to explore a game that excites us. Now, TK, you had way more boosters,
Yep.
and I don't necessarily assume that you want to open every booster on air, but if you did, I'd be excited to open them with you.
I'm certainly happy to chill here for a while. I got nowhere to be, but I also, it's dinner time. I know people got lives to lead. So
Do you mean me or our audience?
I was talking about you in that
Oh,
moment.
no, open things. Start open.
Nah.
Okay.
We'd rather hang out with you.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's see what we got here.
I'm supposed to be with you forever. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, family time.
Hey, Ancient Ground Sloth. Super
Hey,
excited
Ancient
to
Ground Sloth.
Hi there.
We've
We're
done some
opening
Thanks for
unboxing
joining.
packs.
already, and I am now organizing my unboxitude. Kevo, I'm going to come in there and grab your cards, okay?
Yeah, no, please do.
Okay. Next booster in the mix. All right. We got some excellent Lion King content with Vicious Betrayal and Mufasa. We've got another glorious depiction of series contributor Jonah.
Hey,
Oh, I love it.
Bell and Aladdin.
Ancient Ground Sloth wants to know if we've gotten any Stitch or Mulan cards. We got
Yes.
that one great Stitch that you were super stoked about.
We've gotten a bunch of great Stitches, a bunch of great Mulans. I'm actually in the process of trying to put my cards in like the vague numeric order that is provided. So,
Ancient Ground Sloth, I got a foil reflection card from Mulan, which is not a rare card, but it was very beautiful, and I'm stoked to have a foil version of it.
oh my God. I'm not supposed to be attracted to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Stop
Detective
that.
Mickey
It's
is
a
great.
hot look.
My foil for this one is another common one. It's Simba.
Another JoJo.
There's another JoJo in the mix. I got two rares with this one. I got a Genie and a Maleficent. I think this is the third or fourth type of Maleficent I have.
Oh,
Again,
wow.
just always
Ooh.
serving cunt. That's why she's my background today. And
She
this is
was good.
I was gonna say this one's not gonna show up at all, but another Genie.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a
I have a
great
bunch
one.
like that I'm like, just why won't you show up?
That
Ancient Ground Sloth.
Maleficent
I'm
was
pulling my
on some of
Mulans
the promo
for you.
art.
Yep, that's the one.
Is there an Avalanche Mulan card? I will keep an eye out for her right now as I'm
Ooh.
going through my cards.
I too will do the same. Also, the one that I did get that I'm pretty stoked about from.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Imperial Soldier foil.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I did get from Lilo and Stitch that I'm pretty stoked about is this
Yes.
legendary Gantu that my starter deck was a Sapphire Steel, so that's going to be probably going right into the mix.
I can't wait to do all of like the research, find out how to make a good deck.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much for the
subbing.
sub.
Thank you.
We are big fans of people who want to enjoy the same sort of silly magic that we enjoy, and that's
Yeah.
always what Disney offers.
We are definitely going to be talking about this a lot more because we are super stoked on this game.
I think we're
I'm
gonna
going
be
to learn a
playing it on live.
TCG.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I think we're gonna be playing it a lot on air.
I was gonna say, the next time you guys come up, we will have multiple
Ooh,
decks built, and we'll have a little family tournament.
that'd be awesome.
There's a bunch of places. If you're in New Jersey, my boyfriend lives in Flemington, and he lives right near an amazing game shop. If you Google Flemington, Lorcana in New Jersey, you can see there's already a Lorcana league that's formed in New Jersey, and
Yeah,
it's amazing.
those seem to be really popping up.
I have this wonderful Stitch. He is the most basic Stitch. He's a common. It's the new dog Stitch. I think I passed my really cool hollow Stitch at some point. I got to find him again. But I wound up grabbing a really cool hollow Stitch. Just got to find where I put him. I also have a Abomination Stitch. Right? It's frustrating me. I can't find my cool hollow. I'll find it.
You will.
But one of the things that's been so exciting about Lorcana and opening these decks is like I'm just a big kid for this stuff. I love it so much, and I can't wait to see all your cards. Deke, you got more for me?
I got, just because we hadn't seen it yet, this wardrobe that just I think is really lovely, and nothing crazy in this booster pack. My super rares, or not maybe my super rares, my rares were Part of Your World. Great song, and a lot of these I am like not even looking at what they do. So Part of Your World, a character with cost of 3 or more can be tapped to sing the song for free. Return a character from your discard to your hand. That is an interesting use of that card. And then I got a Hans, which again he's a green, so you can't really see, but he is a rare. And then I'm really
Another
killing it
Hans.
with the foil Simbas today. Another common one, but I'm gonna have to look at some kind of Lion King deck.
Yeah.
Hello, this is a 1980s cell phone, right?
Zach
That's how
Morris,
many
thank you
cards
for
we opened
calling.
today.
Original Kid Right artist Taryn will absolutely love your Lion King deck.
Teak, talk to me as I drop all my cards on the floor and then
Yeah,
catch them
where
in
they're
a
supposed
single
to go
hand.
for fun games to pick up.
Oh yeah, 52 pickup, but with far too many cards. Talk to me, TK.
Yeah.
What do you recommend to buy for Lorcana? I was lucky enough to get my hands on 3 starter decks. I got my hands on each starter deck thanks to an amazing shop in New Jersey called Amazing Heroes, located in Union, New Jersey. They really helped me out. I called, did not have a pre-order, don't have a pull list there, haven't bought anything from them since I was in college, and that's 15 years ago. So they definitely helped me out with that. I think I got, I don't want to say a weird thing, but I think I enjoyed opening my starters more than I enjoyed opening my boosters. My boosters were kind of like a whatever you get, and there were 12, but most of this came from my starter decks. And I really feel like I got a lot out of those starters. So if you can, I would say look at the box, see what kind of character type you're drawn to. The characters really fit the archetype. So if you like Mickey and you pick up the box that has Mickey on it, you're going to get a bunch of stuff you like.
I'm gonna build on that a little bit. So if you Google the 3 starter decks online, Disney has designed them around some play styles. So if you are a play style person, the first thing I will say is you should get a starter deck. As we were talking about earlier, there's just not quite enough of any particular thing in this first chapter for you to build a deck on your own time, if not for spending a lot of money. So Google the 3 starter decks, figure out which one fits either your play style or your, character style. What's going to have some cards that you like, because this is really a game that acquits itself to your personal preferences. and it is kind of forgiving when it comes to like if you just want the deck that has a bunch of Mickey cards in it, you're still going to be able to play a good game once you learn to play.
I just want to say my favorite deck is the anti-DeSantis deck.
Brilliant. So pick up a starter deck, and then from there, the big question is it worth it to get like what I got, which was an Illumineers Trove, which is 8 booster packs, 2 deck boxes, and a couple other accessory pieces. For Nico, we got the gift set, which is 4 booster packs, 2 extra large foil cards, and then 2 standard sized foil cards. The gift set is priced appropriately for being half as many booster packs as the Illumineers Trove. It kind of just all depends on what you want. If you love opening up boosters, which I personally do, something like the Illumineers Trove is a good way to do that. And I think right now the toughest thing to find is boxes of boosters. So I would say, don't necessarily look for those. But a starter deck and then some number of booster packs based on... Because like your local store, wherever you are, might be able to actually sell you booster packs. So you could actually just pick up 3 and go on with your life. Oh, UK. Now see, that's a whole other can of worms because they're having their own situation stocking this. So yeah, then I would recommend looking at tcgplayer.com. A lot of sellers right now are selling stuff at MSRP. And like I said, starter deck and then some number of boosters. That's the way to get into this, I think. Now, I've got a new thing open. I'm still no enchanted for me, and it's not reasonable to think I would get one, but I kind of wanted one. So I doubled my Hans situation with a foil Hans, which, the dream as a person who has seen Frozen in its entirety time.
Once. Good for you.
Yeah, I had a niece at one point. I still have her. She's just no longer a child that would want to watch Frozen. Rare Captain Hook.
Nice.
Super great. Love this semi-foppy dude. And then a super rare that I'm pretty stoked about.
Wow.
Aladdin. Nice.
Yeah, looking very studly.
I really want a Captain Hook variant that looks like Killian from Once Upon a Time. It's still the animated Peter Pan Captain Hook, but like he's got the hot haircut, the nice stubble. He could rock it. It would be like Jason Schwartzman.
I think that could be such a good crossover set for this game. Is like back and forth inspiration,
like 1930s Snow White, animated Snow White as Ginnifer Goodwin.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Sorry, I just
want hot Captain Hook.
I'm popping out my amazing tokens.
Yeah.
And yeah, as a guy who cosplays that hot Captain Hook, that's hard to say. Hot Captain Hook. Too many vowels.
Captain Hook.
Yeah,
Vocal exercise.
I'm just so excited about the opportunity to interact with all of my favorite things about Disney canon, all of my favorite things about Disney lore and Disney magic, because at the end of the day, we've unboxed something like 200 cards this episode, and we're not done. We're going to keep playing this because what this game is offering us is really a chance to live the magic of the Disney universe. It's so hard to find opportunities to engage in the Disney magic outside of the parks. It's something we talked about on this show that we really loved, about the short-lived, all things considered, opportunity to play Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom in the Disney parks. It was
Why would you?
Because I'm mean-spirited. It was something we did a whole episode on, and we talked about how powerful it was to get to feel like you were a sorcerer running around the Magic Kingdom. Now, That's sort of the same vibe I get from this game, but something this game has that the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom simply could not offer its players is the opportunity to experience this magic at home. Now, I had the opportunity to work for the Disney parks, and so I was lucky enough when I worked for the Disney parks to not have Ron DeSantis coming for all of my Disney benefits. But in the world we live in now, that's not the case. But I want to say that I had the chance to play Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom like every day because I lived in Orlando and I got to go to the parks every day and play along. Not everybody has that. And so something like, the opportunity to play along with Lorcana is getting the chance to have that magic at home and not having to spend tens of thousands of
Baby
dollars.
Camo.
Oh, look at Baby Cabo. He's so fucking hot.
Yeah, that is that's the really cool thing about this game, and it's also the thing that I think about a lot with this stuff is just like, I would love for people to get to experience the power of an in-person game that something like Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom kind of like the fact that it is an interactive game where Disney is kind of setting up its interaction with you, that it's location based, that it really is, that you're experiencing it through looking into windows and into mirrors, and that there's a whole setup like that. That actually is something that is unique and special, and I'm very impressed with how they've figured out how to work with Ravensburger to bring a very different but comparable kind of magic into this kind of one-on-one, choose your own fandom adventure in terms of how you interact with Disney and how you interact with collectible card games type of experience. And that we're just starting this is really exciting. What you got, Kevin?
And I wanted to answer Ancient Groundsloth's question of, is there a Stitch or Mulan deck? These are the decks that I have up here on the screen currently. The themes are unfortunately not Mulan or Stitch yet. There are cards like those in the mix, but it seems the major themes that we're seeing between the decks are the Moana, 101 Dalmatians, Lion King, Sleeping Beauty, Aladdin, and Frozen. So
and those
hopefully
are
we
not,
start.
they're not even quite themes. That's
Yeah.
just like basically who they chose to be on the box art. Because everything, the decks are, each deck you can have two colors. So the 3 starter decks that we got are Emerald Ruby, Sapphire Steel, Amber Amethyst. And within those colors, you can have any property can be spread across multiple colors. So you will find Mulan and Lilo and Stitch in amber
All
decks.
of these.
Yeah, you'll find them in, you'll find sapphire cards. So it's more kind of picking the cards and then picking the colors that you want to work with and going from there. And again, Googling just like what the kind of broad intents for each of the colors are. Like some of them are more attack focused, some of them are more defense focused, some of them are more based on songs, some of them more based on characters. That will kind of help you tap into how to really get to the properties that you want in the colors that you want. Second to last pull, I got another common foil, but it's a cute little Tinkerbell.
Love it. Love it.
it.
Love it.
Cute.
My rares are if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. And the White Rabbit's pocket watch, which is also what I call my dealer for when I want. Never mind. Yeah, and then just a bunch of cute, like, I'm now starting to get a bunch of repeats in a way that's totally good, because it means that when I find cards that I really want to work with to build a deck, I'm definitely going to have enough of basically all of them.
Same. That's why I'm like, I know there's a ton ton of repeats in here.
Yeah, that's
But-
totally good. And we bought a little bit extra, but starter decks are $30-ish, $30 to $35, depending on how you get them. If you need to have them shipped or whatever. And then, we spent, maybe another, outside of the starter decks, another like 50 to 60 for 4 to 5 booster packs. That's just like broadly. So basically for under $100, you can for sure get into this with some real variation on the cards that you have and some choice in what you add to your decks. The prices, all things considered, compared to what I've seen for other games, are really not bad. You can absolutely, for relatively little, acquire basically every card in this game except like the legendaries and the really, really rare ones. And you will have enough of them and be really set to, when the second chapter comes out, feel like, well, when the first one came out, there were so many cards I didn't get, and now I've got this whole other roster of cards I can't get. You can actually start collecting this pretty clearly and be really ready to build up your collection as this game, builds, and I think that's pretty exciting.
I agree.
Yet another Maleficent. I'm swimming in Maleficents. I'm stoked about that.
Dang.
You're a Mephi queen.
Another hottest man in
Oh, for God's sake.
I go to gay campgrounds. That is every hottest man
everybody's
has
a
his
flock
dick
to
out
these.
in the hot tub.
Yeah.
So
All right. Let's see here. It's my final one. Am I getting any enchanted? I don't think I am. This stud muffin.
hey, Maui.
Another Hades.
Hey,
Hi.
Hades.
And this
Hades.
is not an enchanted card. It's not a rare card at all, but it's one of my favorite characters. I have the non-foil version of this, and I just think it's a gorgeous card, so I'm really stoked. A Merlin
That's a great card.
self-appointed mentor with that gorgeous spell art. Even if we don't end up doing just like straight up Marvel Lorcana, I could very much see doing Marvel inspired. And immediately when I look at this, I just see
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You got it. I see Doctor Strange spells. So I really see that there is some potential crossover there. And that, my loves, I think is my final booster pack.
Dude.
Exciting.
We've opened some crazy number of cards. Like, I think it's like 60 cards per starter. And then we opened 12 boosters on top of that. So we opened 3 complete starters. It's 180 plus 12 times 12. It's another
No,
140.
it's 14 because we had one in each. Well, it's actually 15 because you had. Yeah, so we opened a lot.
We opened hundreds of cards, and I can't wait to run out to Walmart and because that's my closest place that I can get a binder and throw them in that binder. I'm gonna have a great time with that all night. But we're gonna come back this weekend and we're gonna talk about all your favorite stuff. And of course, Sunday we are talking Ahsoka. All right, and I can't stop saying it that way because it was such a great premiere. 2 parts today. It was super amazing. I had such a great time. But I'm walking away from this with some really cool oversized hollows. I'm walking away from this with some really cool cards in general. I have an amazing set of tokens. I have this unbelievable, you could know a kid named Max who used to get fat stacks out on the corner with drugs, and it would not be this much, and you really wouldn't know what it's like. So, I'm really excited to play this game for the next 6 months minimum.
Yeah.
On
Our new friend, Ancient Groundsloth, asked, how do you make decks that make sense? I imagine that's going to be a bigger question that we will answer as we continue to come back to this. This is my first trading card game, so I absolutely have zero idea how to make a deck that makes sense for myself. The official lore, as well as a lot of fan walkthroughs of the card game are already out there online. So it's just a matter of studying the info that's out there. It's all math and stuff, from what I understand. So God help me.
Yeah, everybody kind of has to figure out their own play style.
Yes.
I play a lot of first-person shooters, and the amount of times that I start playing competitively based off of a really stupid thing, like I just need to feel like the weapon is firing enough times for me to be comfortable. That fire rate is not based on anything. It's not necessarily even useful for me, but for my play style, I just need to see the motion happening a lot, and that gets me grounded. And that's like my beginner play is like just seeing rapid fire makes me get more comfortable, and then I learn how to do what I want to do. And similarly for card games, you need to figure out, like, do you want to stay at are you somebody that gets really paranoid when your health drops? If it's 20, like if you're at 18, are you like, well, I'm basically dead now, so I need to be 20 or above at all times? If so, you're going to want decks that heal you a lot and soak up a lot of damage. If you are somebody that thinks like, no, I can be down to my last 2, and as long as I know I have a massive arsenal that's just destroying my opponent, I will feel totally comfortable. So I want a lot of really aggressive, cards that hit hard. You just kind of figure out what your play style is, and it's a lot of Googling. It's a lot of like, which colors do really good offensive decks, which colors do better defensive decks. Figure out what kind of style you want to play, and then build from there. Of course, always the best thing is to play. Play and get your ass kicked a ton, so much so that you think to yourself, I don't think I want to play this anymore. And that's when you really start to have the breakthroughs.
Well, I can't wait to come back, play live, cover more TV, cover more movies, cover more music, and do everything Disney that we do on this show. And until we come back, producer extraordinaire Kevo, where can everybody find you online?
You can find me over on the socials at Kevoreally. That's Kevoreally. Teak, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on all of these socials at TK Elemental. And Nico, were they to be looking, where would the people find you?
You guys can find me pulling enchanteds all day over at Nico Action. That's NICOACTION. And we will be back Saturday, talk movies, TV, games, music, and more. And until we are, you guys know what to do. You got to stay strong, be brave, evolve daily, and we'll see you then.
Evolve time.
Time Daily.
Go.
I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure we got it. Evolve Time Daily.
It's
Evolve
a terrible
Time
joke.
Daily.
Get us out of here.
No, but it's our joke, and we love it.